What's up, guys, and welcome to another video. In this video we are reacting to some Borderlands for 20 minutes of vault and boss fight gameplay. And yeah, I have not seen any real gameplay of Borderlands 4 personally, so we're gonna get right into this. If you guys do enjoy this video, leave a like on the video.
Borderlands 4, one of the most
Make sure you hit the subscribe button as well.
I played was when I faced down one of Kairos's perilous vaults.
Ooh.
Beasts and armed thugs assaulted me as I neared ever closer to the treasure I knew waited at the end.
The gun looks cool.
The loadout I got to use for this section was farther along in the story, and so I had a significantly stronger arsenal to play with. And as I explored, someone or something called the Watching Ye.
That's crazy,
filled
the
my
gore.
head with some vaguely creepy nonsense.
I don't remember
This
Borderlands having that much
culminated in
gore.
an extremely cool boss fight that dropped some seriously cool loot for me. So sit back and
Blew his
enjoy some
head off?
unedited footage of me delving into a vault in Borderlands 4.
Wait. I didn't know there was that much gore in Borderlands. You guys remember Borderlands having that much gore? Like blow someone's head off and stuff? I don't remember that. Maybe I'm tripping, because I haven't played Borderlands in so long. I know there was blood. I don't remember any gore effects like that. Maybe I'm just tripping. Maybe it's always been there, but I don't remember that. Especially like human gore on the enemies. This animation of the reload is so sick. Ooh, he's out of ammo. I just love Borderlands. I love how the game looks. I love how Borderlands 4 at least is keeping that tradition alive, is keeping the, you know, the fun aspect alive. I heard through a lot of articles and stuff that the game is actually very, very fun from the people that are playing testing it early and went to the studio, which I wish I got an invite, but you got to be more popular for that, right? But it does look sick. Okay, kind of like a last stand right there. Got revived. Every time you reload, you throw the weapon at them. I remember having that in the other Borderlands. And kind of exploding and stuff. That's pretty sick. The Watchman. So that was the ability right there, the Reaper. So maybe you can call down a... Okay, it looks like another AI controlled this character's got. There you go. There's the Reaper trying to slash them with a scythe. Ooh. This is really cool. So you can collect cash as well. How many weapons does this person have? You got 4 weapons? Alright, surprising. That's a lot of weapons. This is sick, though. This is awesome. Ooh, floating character over there. Kind of reminds me of Destiny, that character. The Warden. Looks cool, though. Nonetheless. Yeah, this is sick. This is going to be so much fun just to play and just have some fun with your friends and play in co-op or just play by yourself, you know? I may be making some videos of this game as well, like, you know, maybe guides to things and how to do stuff like that. I used to play Borderlands 3 a lot. Well, Borderlands 1 and 2. I used to play those games a lot. Made a lot of videos on them too, back in the day. Ooh, of course, a little melee action there. This person needs to step it up, though. Person needs to... Oh, that is a big boss right there, though. Or not a boss, but, you know, pretty strong character there. He's got revived. Second Wind. That's what it's called. These are very interesting characters. The enemies, at least. They look pretty cool.
I'm playing as Vex, the Siren.
The Siren. Come on, man. Game looks cool and I'll get out of here.
A build of her that relies on summoning spectral warriors to help me in battle, which is particularly nice in this instance.
Ooh, look at
since I
this.
was running solo. Some of the perks in my tree included Ghast Blaster, which gave my minions projectile weapons, Coven,
That's pretty cool.
which regenerated health and gave a critical chance to myself and all my minions whenever I spawned a certain type of minion called a Reaper, and Hellish Harvest, which gave those same Reaper minions a melee ability that damaged nearby enemies with an area attack and regenerated health for each enemy hit. It was a pretty neat loadout that I didn't get to experiment with nearly enough, but already found myself falling in love with by the time I cleared the vault. Okay, I'll shut up for now until we get to the boss fight.
Yeah.
Enjoy.
Be quiet, man. I'm trying to see the boss fight, man. Wait, that is pretty cool that they're explaining stuff. This is IGN, so they always explain stuff. But yeah, that's really cool though. That you can have some like kits and kind of go down that skill tree and stuff, right? Kind of like the other Borderlands, of course. And this is like the bossy area, I'm guessing. Ooh, like he just said, right? So we're gonna face these guys first. There's like no damage. When you throw a weapon, it does like 0 damage. It does like 73 damage. Oh my, he is getting shredded. So he's by himself right now, so it's gonna be way harder, I'm guessing, to stay alive and deal with people. We got some Reapers he's throwing out. You can throw out a Spectre and 2 Reapers. Interesting. Well, I like this gun. This gun's nice. It's like a weird charge-up gun. It reminds me of something from like Halo 4 when they have those like overheat weapons, you know? Those kind of weapons. You guys aren't blown off. Ooh, the Reaper's going to Sky too? It's pretty cool. I'd be probably playing this class the most, honestly. This class or... I don't know. I haven't really looked too much into the classes either. I don't really know much. I haven't been looking up too much information. This is kind of like the first time I'm really seeing some good gameplay here. And it looks really cool. I'm not gonna lie. I like the little world that he's in. I know a lot of players that got the early access only got to show off some sort or some like, you know, areas of the missions and you can't show off the rest. But so far this looks really cool. Honing rocket. Nice. And he can shoot far away. Nice. A lot of enemies here. Ooh, he runs fast. So what else you got here? So you got the abilities here, right, with the RB. And then he's on controller, of course. And then he's got this power as well. He's a level 20. You got some health here, it looks like. And some maybe like the buffs that you're getting from your character and your abilities. You know what's funny? I remember so many Easter eggs in the old Borderlands. I hope there's going to be a lot more. There should be at least. The Great Void. What else do we got? We got ammo. We got the weapon type right here, which is like the electricity over in the corner. Full auto. And the weapon slots here. Kind of everything I could see. Kill all enemies. It just says the objective. Whoa. There we go. Yeah, this game's gonna be really a lot of fun just to make videos on and play with your friends. I think there's a critical hit point on his back or somewhere on his skin, it looks like, maybe. There you go. So that was like the little boss, little mini boss maybe? Go towards Oblivion. Collecting some stuff, of course. Looting some stuff as usual. Get some ammo. I'm really interested in seeing how the loot system is and if it's way more weapons, right? They did say that there's going to be a lot of weapons in this game, and I'm very, very much hoping that that's true, rather than it be a lie and like there's like nothing to, you know, get. But I'm pretty confident that the devs are gonna, you know, Gearbox is going to, I think it's Gearbox still is making this, is going to you know, have a lot of weapons. Which is always good. It's Borderlands. I mean, you're gonna want to have that. This is sick. I love the way this is playing out, where you go off these and you jump around, and you're kind of on these like floating rocks, I guess you would say, or tall towers. The world looks sick in this area.
Have a Dole Whip day.
Man, I don't want to have a Dole Whip day. I just want to watch the video. Thank you. Appreciate it. More baddies. Are these the same kind of baddies? Sorta. They are very powerful, though. He's only level 20, and these are 21s, and they are taking a lot of damage here. Very interesting to see how the ranking system kind of works. Or the leveling system, I mean. Because those guys, I mean, they're pretty decently, they're decently stacked with armor, like this guy at least. I guess that's a more powerful one. Oh, don't go into lava. There's a little jetpack. You can kind of hover. I don't know if it's a jetpack or if it's just because he's a he's the character he is. And he's probably just because he's the character who he is, right? They probably have like a hovering ability, like a passive. Those scythes are going to work. Those Reapers. Energized suppression platform. That's bright. Like a little turret. What else you got, Borderlands? Give it to me. It's late at night making this video. Give it to me. Let me see it. Ooh. That's neat. Character's dying, literally, making all that noise. I like the character abilities on the enemy side. Floating around, using his, like, hands. They're shooting, like, magic abilities at him. I don't know about this double barrel shotgun. I mean, he's doing decent damage, but I do not like it. 2-shot and you have to reload instantly like that. Takes too long for me. Takes way too long for me. What is that? A common? Yeah, the common. Okay. I will say he's got a lot of health, this guy. Being level 20, he's got a lot of health. More Reapers.
Now you're in trouble.
So let's fast forward it a little bit because I feel like it's just a little bit of fighting here. We watch a little bit 10 minutes. Let's see. I want to go to the real boss because we just got shooting the same guys over and over again, it looks like. Alright, let's see what this is. Go across. You got some vending machines here, which is pretty interesting. So, item of the day 6,000 something. You can grab that, like a shield or something. Okay, then this is like the vending machine. You can buy stuff in the last 17 minutes until it refreshes. Interesting. And then that's the ammo dump, of course. Here is the items. Again. Mag. Maybe this just makes sure you have more ammo and stuff. Parts keep 50% of magazines. Yeah, it's like upgrades and stuff. That's pretty cool. What else? So in this kind of screen right here, you can see that there's equipment, backpack, echo log. So maybe parts of the missions, skills, SDU. Don't know what that means. Customization, map, and missions. Like I said, interesting. So it's kind of like the, you know, main kind of Borderlands. You get showing off the weapons and stuff, which is pretty cool. We got a little cutscene over here, I think. All right, now this is going to be the boss. I want to skip a little bit ahead because it's kind of fighting the same enemies over and over again. Sort of. Ooh. Primordial Guardian. Oh, that character design is sick.
This is the Primordial Guardian Ineptus. Seriously, one of the coolest and mechanics-heavy bosses I've seen in Borderlands.
That is sick,
As you
yeah.
can see, he's got a pretty nasty bag of tricks that yank you around the map and deal serious damage,
Wow.
including some that have to be jumped over with precise timing to be avoided. The cool thing here is how it required me to rely on some of the new mobility options like double jump, mid-air glide, and the side dash to avoid taking damage and quickly get within view of the boss's weak points. I also had to use the grapple hook to tug on parts of old Ineptus's body and reveal those critical spots.
Oh, that's cool.
Which was a nice touch.
I like that touch,
The
yeah.
importance of those traversal tricks became especially relevant later on when I triggered one of this ugly guy's special phases, which we'll see here shortly.
He has a special phase. Interesting. Ooh. I'm going to be a little difficult here. He's only got 140 HP. I love boss fights where it like makes you it makes you like interact with them.
I'm 2005.
I was gonna say it makes you like interact with him, right? So like every time when like, you know, boss fight happens, you can kind of rip his armor off. As you can see, like he said, you can kind of rip a part off and show that, you know, vital part that you need to hit to do a lot of damage to him, which is really cool. I like how he's jumping around and he's kind of swinging his tail at you and stuff like that. This is really, really cool. He is dealing a decent amount of damage to him. He's already half. I think that's his armor, though. And not his actual health. If I'm not mistaken.
As
Oh,
you can see,
what?
This goofy lad is putting himself into a gross cocoon and filling the room with poison and making the ground completely lethal to me if I stood on it for more than a couple seconds.
Oh, that is
To survive,
sick.
I had to continuously grapple hook around like your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man in a very deadly game of the floor is lava. Taking
That's
shots at
cool.
the boss's poisonous shell when in between grapples and dodging his toxic spores. Yet again, Borderlands 4's new focus on mobility is on full display, as I was really
That is
forced to
awesome.
master a grapple hook to stay alive and stand a chance against this guy.
I think you could stand on top of the platforms as well, but this guy's like obviously just jumping around. But I think you can stand on top of them. But this is really cool though, that it makes you kind of like use the movement like he said, basically. That's really sick. And then he's going to come back down. That's awesome, actually. Wow. This boss is sick, man. This is, I just have no other words to say other than this is sick. Like, this is all I hope for Borderlands, honestly. And like, you know, Borderlands is going to have way more of this. It's going to have way more bosses that are just like, not just like this, where they're the same thing over and over again. They're going to have way more bosses that are this unique, right? He's spinning on the ground. He's doing different attacks like that. It's going to change it up constantly, which is very, very nice. It just gives you that extra flavor in the game, right? Rather than it being like stale and the same thing over and over again. This guy's got to get his buttons right, man. You got to get your buttons right, man. He's dying. There you go. Better dodge that. So he does pull you towards him. Interesting. He kind of pulls you towards him and then whips you around. Like that. So his health did go down, his blue bar. So is that his armor? Let's see. He's about to... Or is that actually his health? Oh, that was a nice dodge. He didn't mean to, though. Alright, so that was his armor. Okay, I was right. Alright. And now his actual health. So I think there was like 2 phases of his armor. And now I think he's going to go in the cocoon again. Yep. So there's always a pattern with Borderlands, of course. Like, you can only be like so unique, you know, for every single boss. You don't want to add too much, you know, to the bosses, because if you start adding too much, then it's going to be like, you know, it's going to be too confusing and stuff. And if every boss has that, then it's going to get like a little annoying that there's so much there. So you don't want to add that much. But the fact that this boss is pretty unique and it's not adding, you know, not too much, but it's pretty cool that he's got some cool abilities like this where he goes into the high form again, right? I want to see how his death animation looks after he kills him here. I think he's almost dead, or he's got another health bar under, because it looks like there's another health bar under. This guy is beefy, man. I like the gun he's got right now that he's using. Okay, yeah, that was another health bar. Ooh, he goes on the ground. Okay, this is reminding me of Lost Planet. If you guys ever played Lost Planet, there was, you know, the monsters there and they would like fall, and then, you know, you would have to shoot their leak points a lot. Kind of reminds me of that. Kind of get staggered in a way. Ooh, nice dodge. Oh, this would be so much fun with friends, man. There's like so much fun in your co-op and you're just your boys or whoever, and you're just playing this game. You're all dodging around and stuff, and you're trying to get out of there and not die to this guy. You almost got him though. A lot of Reapers. There you go. He keeps meleeing, man. You gotta stop meleeing, man. Learn the controls. There you go. He's almost dead. He's almost dead. Weak point again.
And booyah.
There we go.
Take that, you oversized lobster. Per usual, winning the fight dropped a bunch of loot, but the real
Oversized
you'll see
lobster.
here in a minute when I open the chests and find the only legendary weapon I came across during the demo. A Jacob's pistol with the power to unload the entire clip at once, which was absolutely awesome.
Ooh.
Naturally, I immediately took that bad boy out for a test drive by using it to kill
Let me
the
see.
boss a few more times, just for good measure.
Oh, that is sick. That legendary is awesome. Yeah. Yeah, that's cool. I like the legendaries.
About Borderlands 4, ask them in
I
the
think that's
comments,
it.
and we'll do a follow-up drive.
So other than that, the legendary items do look sick. Like just getting this little pistol here, like he says, it's pretty cool. It's got like an automatic feature. Let me go look at it again and see when he picked it up. Actually, it's the only one that he found during the demo. So that makes me think that it's going to be a rare, very rare to get legendaries. So ambushing Phantom Flame, it's a level 20. It's a legendary. Yeah, I like how it pops out like this and it's like all like glowing stuff. So zooming in acquires a lock on targets over time, and firing while zoomed in shoots the entire mag. Pretty cool. And then Jacob's critical hits will ricochet projectiles to nearby enemies. So 106 damage it looks like, or 289 damage maybe, I don't know. And then of course it just shows you some stats about it. And 11% chance for 125 damage for fire. So overall, very, very cool. Very, very cool gameplay. What do you guys think? Leave a comment down below. I know some of it, like the first bit of it, was kind of just shooting and just going along with the mission, but this is just one of the gameplays I wanted to react to. Maybe I'll, react to more gameplays. Like I said, let me know what you guys think of Borderlands 4. Are you guys hyped for it, or are you guys not going to get it? And maybe it just doesn't look like a game for you. Let me know. And leave a like on this video if you did enjoy the video. Have a great day or night, guys. And I'm pretty hyped. Pretty hyped to play Borderlands 4. I can't wait to do guides and stuff for you guys. So, yeah. Have a great day or night, and peace.